Hey guys, how you doing? I'm very excited today and I've got a new drone to unbox. I've been flying FPV mainly flying my 5-inch and my Cinewhoop for about 8 months, so it's still fairly new and learning, but I feel I'm ready now to get into the long range stuff. So what this box here is the Chimera, iFlight Chimera 7-inch 1300 kV motors with Crossfire. HD as well. So I've done a bit of research and apparently this thing's a bit of a beast, so let's not waste any more time and just open it up and check what's in it. So Gemfan 70-40 props, so they give you a spare set, so there's 8 props in total. Oh yeah, these are the Albatross long antennas. Pretty cool. Extra straps, I guess, and nuts for the props. Oh, and this is a little TPU mount for the camera. And this is the beast here. Let's take her out. So she's pretty big. I even put like labels on there to tell you which way the props go and spin. But she's not a true X frame like your like if your normal 5-inch quad or other quad frames. I think that the beauty of that is there's no props in the camera view, which is awesome. And not sure how well you can see, but yeah, this comes with the iFlight. I think it's F7 Twin G flight controller. Can't remember what the model name of the ESC is, but I'm sure I can look that up. And I'll put all the info in the description of the video. This is DJI don't make, or they're not releasing any more DJI Air Units, but this is the Caddx Air Unit, and this is the Caddx Polar camera. Apparently it's not as good as the DJI one, but it's still good enough. You just need to know where you're going. And oh yeah, this is the GPS. I never had a quad before with GPS, so this is going to be interesting. I'll have to learn how to use that, but it's not enabled by default for people like me that have never used it, in case I just cut it and it falls out of the sky. Well, actually that's what it's configured for. So if you've got your failsafe set to cut, it's set to cut, so don't expect it to fly home. You have to set it up first. So these motors look pretty beasty. So they're that Zing 1300 kV 28065. I don't know if you can see very well, but you probably see better with this one. So they're the motors there. Pretty big, man. They look chunky. But it's a very long frame, so you'll be able to fit like a long battery on that, one single long battery, but I don't have any single long batteries yet. They're still on order. But I did get this 3D printable from XM2 store. If you see this, if you watch this video, I watched their video actually first before I bought this, and they had this. So the idea of this is you stick it on here. I'll probably need to get some sticky stuff or Velcro. Stick it on your top plate there, and you can run 2 smaller batteries in parallel with like a XT60 double adapter. So I'll set that up. Or you could just run one big fat long battery, but I've already got smaller batteries already, so I thought I'll just get this. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Thanks for XM2 store for giving that the file. I'll chuck your video in the description of this video. So yeah, I'm also waiting for, I'm just going to use the standard GoPro cage that comes with GoPro when you buy it. I'm still waiting for the iFlight ones. They take a while to come, so that's just a your regular TPU mount, which is pretty cool. I can adjust it the way I want. And that's pretty much it, guys. Didn't want to make a very long video, but just let's just admire how it looks. you've got like all this nice red TPU printouts and the feet, and I like the design, that what they've done with it. It looks like a sports car type of style, which is pretty awesome. Alright, that's it for this. Well, I'm gonna stay tuned for, I'll do a few flight demos, and we'll see how it flies, so keep watching. Okay guys, so I've just set up the camera with the battery, and I've chucked the GoPro in it. I didn't have this when I first received and unboxed it, the iFlight Chimera 7 GoPro 9 mount, but I ordered that and it come in. So come in about a week later. So now I've chucked that on there with the bolt, and as you can see, it was a really tight fit. So it's good in a case of, so you're protecting your GoPro and your ND filter, which I've got there on there, but it might be a bit of a pain always removing it and stuff if you want to get the footage off and that, but I still prefer it to be well protected than that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I've got a 5S 3000 milliamp battery, so it's not going to be like super cruisy like a 4S, but say I guess mid-range. So, but I'm not going to do any freestyle and stuff. I'm just going to go for a cruise because it's my first flight. This is a large paddock area here, and there's like a park, and then just right next to it I've got like empty farmland that's pretty bare. So yeah, so we'll just take it around, see what it feels like. And then I've got two China Hobbyline 6S 1800, so that dual battery mount, try that as well. So yeah, let's go.
Now before I just take off with goggles, I always do a line of sight take off just in angle mode, just to check that the drone's not doing anything silly and weird, and to just see how it looks and how it's behaving. So I'm hovering right now, everything seems alright, and yeah, it seems really pretty stable, and even though it's a little windy, you can see the trees blowing in the background. My Cinnamon is because it's so small and light, the wind just blows it away, but this is much easier. It just goes where the sticks, it just goes where you point the sticks at, so it's pretty awesome.
Alright, now we're going to go for a proper flight. Let's do it. Do another line cover.
Now feel free guys to skip ahead if you want. This is just me flying around for about 10 minutes testing it out with the 5S 3000 milliamp battery, so it does last a while. I'm not doing really hard freestyle-y moves anyway, just for my first flight. You can see the acceleration is pretty good. This is 1300. This version Chimera is 1300 kV motors, so they're more efficient than the higher kV motors. You can get the 18 kV motors as well. They'll be, I guess, more agile, more zippy, but they'll use more battery. So I opted for the 1300 kV ones because I wanted a longer flight times for long range, but I still feel these are pretty powerful, as in agility wise, and it also provides the stability and smoothness. So I can see a hawk here. This is where I encountered this hawk that didn't like my drone. So yeah, there it is. It's hovering over my drone, and I'll fly over here, I think, and tries to have a go at it. That's my friend. Just spotting the drone. Here we go, there's a hawk. You can see that punch out is pretty good, even for like 1300 kV motors, and it can turn around pretty quick. And that's not, and I wasn't really turning around really fast, crazy anyway. Anyway guys, feel free to watch my flight of the my first flight of the Chimera 7-inch, or feel free to skip ahead and we can summarize at the end of the video.
Cut the throttle a little bit too late, cut some grass. You could just hear that cut the grass a little. But I'm impressed, man. I'm just impressed how smooth it flies. Alright, well, I'll chuck on the dual 1800 milliamp 6S batteries and we'll see how much more maneuverable it might be. So this is it. This is how it looks. So I've got the mount there. You have to get 2 longer straps, and for 2 batteries you just need like a dual XT60 to 1 XT60 adapter, and it'll just act as one big fat battery. So let's go a bit further this time. We'll go down there over the paddock and then we'll come back.
Now for the second flight with the dual 6S batteries, I'm just going to fast forward it a bit, otherwise this video will be a very long video. But I get about, I think I've got about 10 minutes flight time with this, so they're 1800 milliamps each, and so when you mount them together they'll be 3600 milliamps each. So again, just cruising along, not doing anything freestyle-y, fancy, just cruising along, so enjoy.
That was awesome. Right, so that pretty much wraps up this unboxing and first flight review of the Chimera Chimera 7-inch quad, and I reckon I'm really impressed. I'm just, one thing that I've got to say, because of the weight and the size and the size of the props and the weight, especially with the added batteries, it's really stable, really easy to fly. Even on that day, it wasn't the windiest day, but it was windy enough. Say if I flew like a center whoop, it'd be so hard to control. Or even if my flying my 5-inch, if I was trying to go through like tight gaps, it'll be like, you know, a little hard. It'll be a little tricky, depending on your skill level, of course. But this tackles wind like it cuts it through like butter. Yeah, so that's it, guys, and I've got about 10 minutes out of the 5S 3000 milliamp battery, and with these mounted together, equaling a 3600 milliamp 6S battery, with the mount from XM2 store. I've got about 10 minutes. What's awesome about this thing, I reckon, that the XM2 store guys thought of, great idea, is if you've got like a 5-inch like I have and you don't want to spend extra money on larger batteries, you can just mount 2 smaller batteries like say for your 5-inch or your cinema or whatever. And these are 1300 milliamps and it will equal 2600 milliamps. So you still get like at least 6-7 minutes flight time, I reckon, depending how you fly. Yeah, so it's really handy and a good way to save some money on buying extra batteries for your 7-inch. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got to say. I mean, you've seen all the information throughout the video if you've watched it all. The only thing I might add is just be careful with this because it is heavy and it's a bit of a weapon. So if you crash into something hard, it'll do some damage, and God knows what would happen if you crash into a person. These blades are pretty big, so they'll be pretty hard to miss an object if you go near it or a person. But yeah, it's a flying axe, man. So just be careful with this. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So let me know what you think of the if you've got one already. I know this review is pretty late. This Chimera has been out for a while, but I've only been into drones the last 6 months, and I was just practicing with my other drones and getting better at those. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. My channel is all about photography and filmmaking, and with drones especially, and other conventional cameras. And give us a thumbs up, do all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, see ya.